Hello everybody and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. We are now on the 12th day of spring. I've had a few days to play since the bazaar on the 9th. So I'm going to do a little update on the farm and wait for the results of the flower festival. That is coming to an end today. We can still technically give out flowers until noon if we feel like we want to get some additional friendship or we're not sure about winning first place. But I'm pretty confident that we will be getting first, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to go ahead and just start on my crops this morning. And everything in terms of crop care has been going really well. I haven't run into any problems. And all of my crops are slowly but surely getting higher and higher in quality as I keep replanting them and refertilizing them, with the exception of the basement, of course. But having potatoes and turnips in my basement seems to still be working out really well for me. I might change my mind down the line, of course. And then in our bottom field here, the asparagus has finally come in. I have some in my storage currently, and I've gone ahead and planted a second batch. I do have to create some more seeds to fill the other half of my field. And I also have cucumbers that have come in. So all of the crops that I've planted have all come in now, which is fantastic, because it gives me a ton of variety to work with. And it's been a lot of fun just kind of experimenting and doing different things to see what works best, to try and figure out how you get the most profit from what you're growing. And with the cucumbers and the strawberries, I've largely left them alone, but what I've done is I've taken one row out from each batch and I've replaced them with a higher quality seed. I don't want to start over completely just because these take a little bit longer to grow, but I do want to keep on getting higher and higher quality crops. So I figured if I just sort of do one row at a time, I will have a chance to fertilize and create some higher level crops. So it's 9 o'clock now. I suppose that we can probably head over to the festival. You can see I've got lots in my inventory for the upcoming bazaar, which is wonderful. We've got lots and lots of turnips. We have a decent amount of potatoes. Here are our cucumbers and our asparagus. Our asparagus actually has a decent quality level to them already because we had such a long period of time to put fertilizer on them. So I'm probably not going to do any cooking in this episode, but I do plan on doing a little bit of cooking just to showcase some of the different things that we can make. And again, that will let me talk about what might get you the most amount of bang for your buck. So I'll pick up a few flowers, and any flowers I find I will give out at the festival just for a few extra points while we wait for that to conclude. Everybody should be in the square now, which is great. And then after this, we can go back to hoarding flowers for the remainder of the season. which is nice. I'll probably give out my wrapped gifts as well. There might also be some flowers on the other screen. There's actually quite a few flowers out here today, which is nice. This would be a really, really nice little stash for me to hoard if I was actually hoarding them. Some honeycombs, very nice. And anything over here? Another toy flower. 3 of them. Now giving these away is fine, I think, because we can now use the rest of the season to gather flowers. I still think that I can hold on to quite a few of them from this point on, if I want to turn them into perfume or give them out as gifts at a later date. Still have to wait a little bit for Felix's announcement, so let's go ahead and give out our wrapped gifts. You can see that Freya is now at a yellow heart, which is fantastic. It means that my gift giving is working. And Daisy should hopefully soon be at an orange heart. That would be lovely. Antoinette is still falling a little bit behind. But we'll just keep on working at it. I really need to remember to actually bring a gift for her to the bazaar so that I can have it wrapped in paper. So let's have Felix announce the results here. Thank you all for coming. And now to announce the person who gave out the most flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Nick. Congratulations. Why, thank you. I will take the free extra friendship gladly. And I mentioned at the beginning of this festival that I never actually talked to Felix to get the official starting announcement for this festival. So I guess you could say that I never actually officially entered the competition, but it didn't matter. I still was able to give people flowers. They still registered that I was giving them gifts for the flower festival. And I was still able to win. So that was kind of an interesting thing just to kind of test out, because I will be honest, I thought that I had screwed it up by missing Felix's announcement and taking too long to talk to him, but no, it didn't matter. I still do really like that festival. I just like the idea of, hey, do something nice for your neighbors for the next couple of days. Let's see who can spread the most cheer and the most joy. I think that that is just a really wholesome, beautiful idea. And then I've been hard at work making stuff in the windmill. So here are some of my turnip seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and plant those. I've also got some higher quality cucumbers here that I can replant. I have some perfume and some grass seeds. I'm actually kind of shocked that I don't have asparagus seeds going on, because I need to plant some more asparagus. So let's put 2 stacks of these in. 24 seeds should be plenty. That should keep us going for a little while. And let's go back to the farm. that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. But in a couple of days from now, we have the Harmony Day Festival. So I'm going to travel forward in time and we will talk a little bit about that festival as well. We'll make this a dual festival video. So here we are on Harmony Day, and it is our turn to give chocolates to the girls. My brain was very smooth and not working properly when I looked at the calendar, because it only hit me when this day rolled around that it is a Thursday, which means we can't buy the chocolates to give to the girls for this festival, tragically. So we actually can't even participate in this. And I was really looking forward to it because I could use the little bit of additional affection for the girls that still need to get their heart level maxed. But Joan refuses to open her doors even on a festival day. And we don't have access to flour, which means that making cookies was completely out of the question. When I was editing my previous Bazaar video the other day, I could have sworn that Joan actually sold chocolate cookies at her stand. And I wish that I had kind of looked closer to confirm that, because it is perhaps possible to buy some cookies either from Joan's stand or maybe from Claire's stand. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out and look at some of the dishes that Joan sells a little bit more closely to see if that's a possibility. I also could have purchased some of the ingredients to make the cookies, but I was not paying attention, unfortunately. So I'm just warning you all now. The Spring Harmony Day takes place on a Thursday in year 2, so if you're a boy character, you need to find an alternate arrangement in order to give your girls their sweets. It doesn't mean that we can't go out and give a regular gift, of course. But I am disappointed just because it is really helpful. I think you get a crazy amount of friendship points by giving them gifts. I think it's something like 1,000 points, which is huge. And because this is only a few days from our last video, I don't have a lot to report. All our fields are looking pretty good. I keep making seeds in the windmill. You can see I've got my turnip seeds, my asparagus seeds. It's a Thursday today, so I've got to make sure to go and buy some fertilizer if I need it, because Raoul will be closed tomorrow. And even though we expanded our inventory, I am still absolutely incredible at hoarding and running out of space. That is kind of my superpower, not to brag. And I've been pretty good about keeping up with replacing the crops. So I'm making sure to put crops into the windmill immediately so that I can turn out seeds and replace what it is that I've harvested. Freya's probably out of town by now. I think she's gone to work, but we can go and visit the other gals and just give them a gift. And apologize for not having some goodies ready when they were all so very nice and very kind enough to give us some gifts. I probably honestly would have held on to some of their baked goods from the winter Harmony Day if I had thought about that far in advance, but I didn't. Now in the last video, Antoinette had a green heart, but she's now reached a yellow. So that's kind of exciting. And it rained for me yesterday, so I was able to go out and catch some frogs for her. So I've got about 2 weeks-ish worth of gifts here for her between frogs and flowers. So for the next bazaar, I'm definitely going to wrap something for her. We'll go over to the hotel and see Daisy, because I think at this point her heart level changed as well. She was at a yellow when we spoke to her at the flower festival, and she's now reached an orange. Ooh, exciting. We're almost done with Daisy's friendship. I have seen her yellow heart event, so I will have to find a place to include that. I have yet to trigger Antoinette's or Freya's, but we will hopefully get there soon, and doing that will give us some additional heart points as well. So there are ways to salvage this festival by getting creative with a couple of the methods that I've mentioned. Saving the old cookies, getting the supplies from the bazaar, or buying some if Joan happens to sell them at the bazaar or in her store on a regular day basis. But unfortunately, we are going to have to pass up on some pretty big bonus points today. So that is rather disappointing, but it's okay. We are obviously making some really good progress in their heart levels, so we just have to keep talking to them and giving them gifts and watching their events. It's Sherry's birthday on Saturday. I might just make her a salad for the hell of it. Just to be nice, you know? And then we have our next bazaar on Sunday. So I'm going to play for the next 2 days. I'm going to continue to harvest some things and get stuff ready for the upcoming bazaar. And so I will be back then. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.